Uh, can you share with us about the Resurrection to Heaven project and the monuments and all these other projects that you've been working on? And you can keep it fairly concise, but if you could start again.
Well, the project went on for the 142 children which were navigators and pilots of the Israeli Air Force. In the war of 1956, there were about 50% of the total Air Force members, flying people. And we built for them a website, beautiful website. We finished it about a year ago in Hebrew. Now we are translating into English. The reason is simple. We want it to be known all over the world. And we have a beautiful memorial in the Museum of the Air Force in Hatzerim. Beautiful one. This is especially for the children which are coming. They're visiting the museum about between 300 to 400 children per year. So it's very important for us that they will know the history of those people, of those children. And we built a monument next to the Air Force House in Herzliya, which was very, very, very costly. But I arranged all the money from all over the world. I went to the States, I went to Argentina, in Israel, of course, all over the world. And we also have a film which is called There and Here. Also subtitles in English, which tells the story of us, and four of us are representing the whole crowd. It's a beautiful picture. It went through 5 or 6 how do you call it?
Traditions?
איך זה נקרא, נו?
Versions?
No versions. That there is a place where all the documentary films are shown.
A film festival.
A film of documentary films.
Start that sentence again.
Yeah, it was in 5 or 6 festivals of documentary films, and it was, I can't remember now, on place 7 or 8 or something like that. And we, of course, are all the time escorting some of us, because we are out of the 142, they are still alive, not about 48, but most of them are not in a position as myself, for example. And those who can are escorting students to Poland, and also officers of the Israeli armed forces to Poland, and a lot of lectures. We're lecturing all the time. I'm lecturing also in the university. I'm lecturing, of course, in the Air Force. Tomorrow I'm meeting with the chief of the Israeli Air Force, Amikam Nurkin, tomorrow at 10:30, and all over. So we are trying to spread our history to the children, and the message is very simple: that a human being, even being a child, physically and also mentally, is stronger than any iron. This is the message, because as we, from all what we came from, succeeded to a position where we were after many years in Israel, this is the message that we are sending to all the children of Israel. If you want, you will reach it. If you really want, you will get it.
One last question which ties into that. How would you like to see British young people involved in supporting Israel?
Well, I, as a Jew, first of all, and as the Israeli second, know that there is no other place on earth apart from this place called Israel. And while I want that this message will come through to the British youngsters, which I know they have a long history, their parents, their grandparents, with Palestine, with the Arabs, I know everything. But they should understand that the Arabs have so many countries around us. This is the only place where we as Jews can live free as a Jew. Even in the States, and even in Great Britain, and even in France, all over the world, Jews are pointed. Jews are even more than that. I don't want even to say. Look at the last cases in the United States, in France, and places like that. So I want really the youngsters of the United Kingdom of Britain to understand and be very sympathetic to our state called Israel. Because we are not against anyone. We only want to live in peace and stay in this place.
Great.
Setu.
Okay. Just if you could stay just in place, I want to get an establishing shot